Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories.
And Dustin from Dustin is Driving.
What's going on, everybody? So today we have a pretty crazy message that a fellow driver had got in a particular area from a ride that they were getting a request for. So first, before I share the screen with you, we're going to play a little game called OTF, and I'll explain that later, so if you don't know what it is. But you got to pick a state where this is from. It's Ohio, Texas, or Florida, hence OTF. But I'm going to read this message to you that came from this driver, or I should say from this rider to the driver, and you need to tell me what state it is or where you think it is. So it says, patient discharged from the hospital, coming from the main entrance, patient diagnosed with COVID-19. Dustin, what state is this? OT or F? Ohio, Texas, or Florida?
Oh, OTF, I thought you said WTF, because I'm thinking, how the heck is anybody going to be sending this at all? But if I had to guess, I'm going to have to go ahead and go with Florida, because that sounds like something a Floridian would type to somebody. Be like, hey, you know what? You want to get screwed today? Here you go. But at least they gave you a little heads up.
Well, you are correct. It actually happened at a hospital in Kissimmee, Florida, where the ride was.
Doubt that.
Yeah, this is where the ride was originating from. So this is actually I googled the address just to see, and yeah, it is a hospital that's there.
Does that say 15 minutes?
Yeah.
15 minutes to go. Here you go. Here. Now you can contemplate. It's like, do I want to take this ride or not? It's like,
well,
how would you even think of taking that?
True. At least it wasn't like right down the street. So you're like, oh, I click that and don't even pay attention to the note. Now you can at least see this note and be like, and then you got 15 minutes to think while you're on the way there saying, do I really want to take this ride or not?
Yeah, it's like one of those, you don't even want to have your window down near that, because it's like, oh, okay, the virus is known to be that way. Let me just go that way. Because
we don't know.
I'm not the person, not today.
It could just be touch.
Just a little bit of touch. Or these masks. But you know what? People be using these masks thinking, oh, no, these masks will save us. No, they won't. Even if they're rated the N95s, the masks that everyone's supposed to be wearing, it's not enough, guys. Nothing has been proven to kill this or anything else, so don't take the risk. Don't do it. All right? Use what little bit of common sense you have. I know it's not as common as it used to be, but come on now. I mean, who's really going to take a ride, especially if it's Lyft? Odds are, in Florida, I know for a fact that's like, what, 33, 35 cents a mile? No.
Yeah, I don't know what the Orlando market is, but
it's one of the lowest in the nation. I do know that. I don't remember exactly because I stayed in Tampa. I tried to stay away from Orlando because it sucked. There was a lot of traffic, not a lot of tippers, all that good stuff. But being in Florida for the last 10 years, this doesn't surprise me that something like this happens there, because it's Florida. It's too much heat. It's so hot there, it fries everybody's brains, makes everyone think that they can just do whatever. That's why I'm really curious to how many times this ride was denied before some crazy guy actually rolled the dice and was like, you know what, man? I think I can do it. I got my mask. I got my gloves. I got my my hand sanitizer. You know what I'm saying? I got some Lysol. I'm good to go, man. Ain't nobody gonna get me. Ain't no germ gonna get me down. No, I don't think so. No, I'm sorry. And you know what? This breaks my heart, Liv. This breaks my heart that you would even allow something like this to happen and be requested from a hospital. There should be something in place to not allow this to happen. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. I mean, people have fake names. Minors be requesting rides. The list goes on and on. So, it doesn't surprise me. It's still funny. And that person deserves to smack a bitch. They do.
Now, my question to you is, do you think for the person who did take the ride, because I'm guaranteeing the person who actually screenshotted this didn't take the ride. I'm pretty positive on that. 99.9%.
We hope so, at least. I hope not.
But do you think that when he pulls up, that the doctor's going to be right there handing him a 2-week quarantine letter?
No. That's a negative Ghost Rider, guys. Don't you dare. And then if you think that Lyft is just going to hand over money without making you jump through a bunch of hoops, yeah, you got another thing to come to, you guys. And it's not worth it. And we don't even know exactly what the qualifications and everything are for Lyft because they've been so vague about it. Their website and everything else doesn't really say a whole lot. From my understanding, it goes off like the last 8 weeks of your earnings. Who's been making a lot of money the last eight weeks picking up passengers? I know I haven't. What about you?
No, I haven't either. I mean, it was at the beginning of all this, it was actually really busy because drivers weren't out. So I was out there making a decent buck, but now there's no drivers and there's no rides because nobody can go anywhere. So yeah, it's
and
pretty much
drivers
gone
are
down.
not getting any kind of hazard pay or anything. So there's no incentive to go out there. There's no amount of money that could raise the rates to that would make me want to take a ride that I know 100% is confirmed to have the virus.
So if you get this, Dustin, I got to ask you, I mean, you pretty much answered it, but if you got this ride request coming in, say you were reactivated and you got this coming in with this note, what would you be doing?
After I was done laughing and screenshotting it for later, well, that would just be an automatic, just let it roll through. I wouldn't even give it the satisfaction of canceling because I'd be in shock. Like, did I really just read that? No, I didn't really just see that. That did not just come through. But with the fake names and stuff out there, I wouldn't be that surprised. But this surprises me more than I could think of, and it really does blow my mind. The simple fact of a doctor, an actual physician, would have the nerve to request a ride for someone they know that is sick to keep this spreading. Like, why would you do that? Why? Why don't they have something in place to deal with their own patients? Don't be putting it on drivers. Don't you put them bad jujus on us.
That's like it's very similar to like when the cops call a Uber or Lyft to pick up a extremely drunk person who's pretty much guaranteeing going to throw up in your car. It's similar to that, but the only difference is this is a virus. That's some throw up, which I wouldn't want to take either. But
and either way, in that it's hard to get a cleanup fee, and it's hard to get the sick pay. So either way, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. So the best thing you can do is stay away. Don't let it go. Just let it go. Don't take the risk, guys. Please don't. Please.
Now, yeah, for me, if I ever saw this, immediate cancel. I wouldn't even risk that in any way, shape, or form. That's just not worth it. I wouldn't want to risk it for myself or my family. So hopefully no one did take that. The only question
I don't know when he took it.
The only question
I'm curious. What do you think, though? Do you honestly think? I think someone took it in the end. I really do. I really do.
Somebody probably did take it, but my question is, did that note go with the ride, or did they say there's too many people canceling it even though we put this note in? Let's not put the note in so this patient can get home.
Oh, that's a good thought right there, because it's hard to believe that even in Florida with that someone would actually take this ride. But I know people are hungry. People need money. They're waiting on unemployment. They're waiting to try to collect money from the government, in hopes. But in the meantime, they still have to feed their families and everything. We understand that. So it doesn't surprise me that someone did take this. Someone definitely had to have. And what I really want to know is if they didn't get it with Lyft, did they get it with Uber?
That's true, yeah. That's just Lyft. They could have gone out on both apps and seen.
And to see who bites it first. I mean, we know they didn't go to Trip. But
oh man, you be tripping now.
I know, right? Not as tripping as this doctor. This doctor was really tripping. And like, yeah, that's cool, man. You know what? We don't want this problem anymore. Now it's your problem. No, I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you what you have won, because you had guessed it right from when we had said OTF. And
is this a free new mask?
No, you won a free 2-week quarantine.
Oh, and a self-deactivation. Oh, that's awesome. That's just what I was hoping for today on a Friday before the weekend. That was just awesome.
You know what it'll be now? Here's the thing. If you would have seen, and like at the bottom, plus you get sick pay because you are going to be taking off the next 2 weeks. Do you think that would be more enticing for drivers to take it or not?
Oh, I bet you. I guarantee you then drivers will be sitting there rolling dice like, well, maybe I won't get sick. Maybe it's just fake. I'm good. I'm good. I couldn't lose that money, though, because a lot of people behind on bills, they think just because they're deferred, they're not going to have to pay them later. That's wrong. You're going to have to pay, guys. So, but don't take it. Don't take it. I don't care what they say. It's just not worth it. It really isn't. Your best bet, stay home. Figure something else out. Don't pick up from play. If you're going to roll the dice on an actual true chance, not when the game's rigged and you already know the answer and what's going to happen. Don't do it.
All right. Any last thing on that, Dustin?
Don't be a fool. Keep it moving. Keep it moving, guys. You have to keep it moving.
Yeah, if you see a note like that, oh, that's crazy. But yeah, going back to what OTF was, it was just from a radio station that plays that every week. So they picked news articles that happened in one of those 3 states. Somebody would call up, they'd win a prize, and if they guessed it right. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, something like that. I would say, hey, if you got to go out there and you got to drive, I'm not telling you not to drive. I'm not telling you to go out and do whatever. Whatever you got to do to pay your bills, to get the food on the table, all that jazz, then do what you got to do. But if you see something like that come around, it's not worth the risk no matter what. So if you see something like that at anything, don't take it. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think with that message? Do you think something like that should be mandatory put out there when it's something where it could come with a person being infected like that? What are your thoughts? What do you think on the whole thing overall? Comment below, let me know. Also, what do you think? Would you take that ride if that came in? Comment below, let us know. All right, Justin, thanks for coming on and talking with me on that one, because, yeah, this was pretty crazy nonetheless.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a good talk. And pretty much, at least, we're smart enough to realize that that's just not worth it. But sadly, a lot of people out there, they might be desperate. In desperate times, you reduce yourself to desperate measures, and you will do about anything for that dollar. You know what they say? $5 make a holla.
Some people, yeah. All right, with that being said, that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified anytime a new video is uploaded. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, your delivery drivers, and your shoppers. And we'll see you next time.